AIM-listed URU Metals, Epic code URU, owns the flagship Zeb Nickel Project in South Africa's Limpopo province, which is close to the platinum mining town of Mokopane and is also adjacent to Ivanhoe Mining's Platreef project and Anglo Platinum's Mogalakwena mine. The Zeb Nickel project is progressing rapidly following an airborne Spectrum Plus survey and confirmation of high-grade nickel sulfides. URU's VP of Exploration, Richard Montjoie, joins us today. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Alan. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Nice to be here.
Excellent, good. So, Richard, the Zeb Nickel project sounds as though it's sandwiched between two giant producing mines in the middle of a busy and mature mining region. Would that be a fair assessment?
Broadly, yes. Zeb sits on the northern limb of the Bushveld complex. It's a well-serviced mining district that hosts the Mogalakwena and Platreef developments close by. So those are sort of about 20 kilometers and 5 kilometers away, respectively. It's a well-serviced mining district. It's with roads, power, water in proximity. That district context is a big advantage for execution, even at exploration stage.
Excellent. Well, URU, of course, recently announced a comprehensive data set from the Spectrum Plus survey. What does the data show?
The high-power spectrum airborne EM survey, electromagnetic survey, it was 736 line kilometers at 150 meter spacing using a DC3 platform. It mapped multiple laterally persistent late-time conductors. When we integrated the airborne EM data with our gravity and magnetic models, the strongest EM responses, they clustered along intrusive margins, which is exactly where a chronolith feeder model predicts sulfide trap sites. So in short, we have coherent conductors, hopefully nickel bearing, in the right places, now ranked in 3D.
Given these results, what are the implications, in your view, for the project?
Alan, in essence, the targeting risk drops. So the integrated geophysics narrows us to really a focused corridor where semi to massive nickel copper PG sulfides are most plausible. So this defined pathway, the defined pathway next is ground EM, possibly fixed or moving loop, plate modeling, and where justified initial drill testing. So that sequence improves drill vectoring and capital efficiency before we commit meters.
As we've already covered, Zeb Nickel is in the middle of a huge mining district with appropriate infrastructure, roads, water, and so on. Does this effectively provide you with a plug-and-play solution for when mining actually starts?
Alan, it's more about plug and optimize, not plug and play. So the district infrastructure shortens timelines, but we still have to secure grid allocation, confirm water balances, and maintain permit compliances. So we already hold the integrated environmental authorization, which is a key platform for the mining right process, but we'll still execute the usual engineering and permitting work streams.
Of course, URU has already fulfilled its requirements with South Africa's empowerment regulations under Mining Charter 3, which has effectively fast-tracked the development of Zeb Nickel. How does this process work?
So a core requirement under this legislation is meaningful, historically disadvantaged African participation. So our subsidiary initiated a 10% equity allocation split between an employee share ownership program, 5%, and a community's non-profit company, another 5%. That structure aligns with Mining Charter 3 intent and is one of the key milestones towards the granting of the mining right by the Department of Mineral Resources.
Onto the structure of the company, of course, shares in URU are tightly held. You've got Chief Executive John Zorbas holding 24.1% overall. Plus, of course, an institutional investor invested £420,000 back in June this year. Do you anticipate further institutional interest or perhaps a JV to develop the Zeb Nickel project in future?
Alan, the register is tight, but to be precise, as per our last published register, which is 10th of July 2025, John held about 20% and Access Capital Markets held 24.3%. After the September placing, this increased the share count to just over 81 million shares. Individual percentages may have shifted depending on participation. On interest, the £420,000 June investment that came from an institution that approached us. We'll continue engaging with institutions, and we certainly don't rule out strategic partnerships if they accelerate value on sensible terms.
In terms of funding, of course, you raised a further £500,000 last month. Where do you plan to direct these funds?
Two priorities. Firstly, the ground-based geophysical program to refine conductor geometry and rank drill targets. And secondly, administrative costs linked to the mining right process in South Africa. So that placing was just under 18 million new shares at 2.8 pence.
Well, we've already covered some of these points, but can you provide viewers with some likely near-term value inflection points and timelines for developing Zeb Nickel?
So three near-term catalysts as I see it. Firstly, the ground EM results and plate models. So this will be over the highest ranked airborne EM conductors. So that's our near-term program, which will take place in the next couple of weeks. Second point is regulatory. Further Department of Mineral Resource updates on the mining right application following our empowerment milestone and existing environmental authorization. We really expect that imminently. And then the third big catalyst will be targeted drilling decisions informed by the above. So we'll guide as programs are locked in and access finalized, and we're avoiding premature promises, and we'll update by RNS, of course.
In summary, then, what key takeaway points do you want investors to remember from this interview? And also, given where the Zeb Nickel project is right at this moment in time?
And I think, firstly, a high-quality district-scale nickel sulfide opportunity on the Bushvelt's northern limb with existing authorization and strong infrastructure content. Secondly, a robust airborne EM gravity mag model that has produced coherent late-time conductors in the right geological positions. And I think the geological system is working. So we're extremely excited and confident about that. And then lastly, we've got a funded de-risk path, ground EM, drill decisions, and design to convert geophysics into discovery efficiently.
Well, we wish you and the team every success with bringing the Zeb Nickel project to fruition. Richard Montjoie, Exploration VP at URU Metals, many thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Alan. We look forward to updating the market as these programs advance.